What's up, everybody? Welcome to Palmetto Cats Live on our new night, Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. If you hadn't heard the news, Patriot James came on last week on this night, his usual Wednesday nights at 8. He invited me on the show. He had called me earlier today and said that he is hanging it up for a little while. He's going to take a break to refresh, get back with family, God, and his business. And he offered me to take over the spot on Wednesday nights. And I said, well, whenever you're ready to come back, it's your time slot. But until then, y'all, welcome to the new time slot. I can tell you, I feel good not going on a Sunday night, but Wednesday night, new experience. And tonight we got a great show for you. I have Mr. Steve Douglas on. We're going to talk about the Catfish Conference coming up in Kansas City, Missouri, in a little over a month. Wow, it's not too far away. It's about a month and a half away, actually, October. And man, we got a lot to talk about. So, hey, everybody in chat, make sure you bring your questions tonight so that we can get Mr. Steve Douglas to talk about it. He's fresh off the waters of Tennessee River. If you didn't see the video, go check out Muddy River Catfishing. He's got a video out where he fishes with Steve, Chris Flores, and then Steve put out a video too. So lots of content there to watch. Well, let me invite the main event up. Here he comes, Mr. Steve Douglas. How you doing, Steve?
Hey, Kevin, how are you today?
Oh man, I'm fit to be tied, man. We started school yesterday with the kids, and the Lord has blessed us with 2 awesome days. I'm worn out, but happy
You,
that
you teach grade school or high school?
I'm an assistant principal at a high school.
High school. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so we had them in there, and everybody's done great, man. I'm so proud of the kids. I'm so proud of our teachers and our admin team. We've been kicking butt. So, good start off to the 2022 school year so far. We're only 2 days in, though, so I mean anything can go. Let me not go so
Yeah.
far. But how was the fishing trip? I know you fished the Tennessee River all the time, but you got to hang out with some different people this time.
Yeah, Chris Flores and brought his wife or girlfriend or friend,
Yeah, brought
friend
friend
down, and
and
Alex, and
Alex. Yeah.
we went out. And we spent about 2 hours the first night when they first got in, but they've been on a plane all day, and we didn't stay out too long. But the second day, we was able to finally put them on some fish. It was kind of tough on me when I'm under pressure like that, but we found them.
Especially when you have a well-known YouTuber filming, and you know that he's going to make a video out of
Yeah,
it.
yeah, we had to find some. We had a lot of fun. Chris is always fun. He's got the stories.
Welcome back, Fishing with Big Mike. Back to the Boom Squad. Speaking of Chris Flores, there he is. Hey guys. Yeah, now I know he went to Tennessee because he's a new grandfather. If everybody didn't know that, so he went down there to visit Issa and his new grandbaby and his son-in-law, and so it was a whole family event, and it
Yeah.
looked like everybody had fun on the boat.
Well, yeah, everybody had fun. Like I say, Alex got a little seasick, I think. My
Mm.
my boat teeters a little bit more than most. It's not as wide, but it's a good solid boat. But it teeters a little bit, and I think he got a little seasick.
It's high off the water, and he's used to fishing on that big flat base.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we had to watch him because he kept wanting to lean over too. I
You
said,
didn't want to
no,
pull a Paula Smith, right, and go over.
no,
Or no, no, Paula graduated from that role. That's an Alex Nagy.
that's an Alex Nagy. Yeah,
If y'all don't know what we're talking about, Alex and Steve won the Golden Whisker Award for Blooper of the Year this year. Alex went over the side of his boat fishing at the Sea Arc tournament. I think they went out for some fun fishing, and Alex caught a nice big blue cat and tried to release it, and whoop, right over the side.
yeah. My boat's a little taller than it looks, so yeah, that fish took him out of the boat.
Awesome. Well, Chris said you got triple PBs with Steve Douglas. That made you feel good, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, when I got Chris on that 70 plus pounder, that made my day. We've been trying to do that for
For
5 years.
years.
Every time Chris comes down, like the Ohio River be up. I think we've got to fish one time together during a catfish conference in the 6 or 7 years we've been doing it because of high water.
Mm.
Oh yeah, yeah. Alex he got baptized this past weekend with the catfish slap.
Well, you did some other fishing up there too. I saw that you made another video about your weight loss, and I know we're here to talk about CatCon, but you got such a great story going on right now with your weight loss and everything, and you posted a video of kind of like the inspiration for you to get in gear, right?
Yeah, this time last year I did a one rod, one bait, 1 hour challenge, and I caught about a 70-pound fish. And when I produced the video, I made it look like I was cool, but in the back of the scenes, what you all didn't see in the first part of it, was me straining out trying to pick that fish up, and I just couldn't do it. So I was happy. 11 months later, I built my strength back up, and I caught a fish similar to that one in the high 60, 70 range, and was able to manhandle him, lift him up, and
Hmm.
that just tickled me to death. The weight loss is cool, but getting my strength back, that was
Validated you a
yeah,
little bit. Yeah.
exactly, yeah.
I saw Miss Lisa back there. Don't think you can just sneak up and not wave hello, Miss Lisa. She's in the background in that doorway.
Oh, was she? She didn't know I was live.
Yeah, it's all right. She's like, "Who is that old man talking to? He's done lost his mind now."
Yeah, I thought she was talking about Captain Mad Jack back there.
No, no. So what you got going on there? What do you? I know you made a couple different rooms in your house, and what's this one going to be? You want
Well, this is kind of my office a little bit, but I haven't never finished it. And then I had behind that back room back there is my exercise room I built that
to
I
right?
do in the wintertime. But I had some photographers back there the other day taking product pictures for my new website. And I don't have it air conditioned back there. So this big fan that I see back here, wherever it's at, I had back
Mhm.
there sucking air back for them guys to take the pictures.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's just a junk room pretty much where I stay.
Yeah. Well, let's get to the meat of the conversation.
Yes.
Catfish Conference, Kansas City. We added this show last year, and kind of recapping this show. Personally, I thought it went very well for number one being the first time in a new location, and then number two, unfortunately, being on the first day of rifle season.
Right.
What do you think about how last year went?
Well, I was really surprised at how well it went considering the deer hunters that are out there. And I probably should have knew better, but I haven't deer hunted in 30 years, so it wasn't on my list. But this year it is, so we put it in sometime in deer season, I guess, but it's bow season. It's not gun season, and it's
Right.
giving guys a time, a few weeks of bow season to kill their big buck. But come on, guys, take a day out of your bow season and
Come on out.
come on out and get you some new rod and reels. We're gonna have all kind of rods there,
Yeah,
reels, things.
Jeremy from Jeremy from Tackle Bandit said was great for a first year show.
Yep. So we're coming back with vengeance this year. But like I say, it's not going to be as cold. And if nobody's ever been to Kansas City, I mean, I'm going to talk up the Catfish Conference, but I'm also going to talk up the city life. I'm an old country redneck, and I just didn't like it. I didn't like parking garages. I didn't like none of that because I wasn't used to it. But when I parked my black truck in there for 4 or 5 days last week, and I got to walk around town, which I never do that either, it was so much fun. Now,
We had a great time.
it was really windy and cold in November last year, and I still had fun. But I can imagine with me being 100 pounds less and a little warmer, that city life's going to be fun. I never drank wine before. I went in places. Hervey had me all thinking I was a city boy. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to that again too. But we have a lot of good stuff at the
Mhm.
Captain Conference coming as well. I've seen Mr. Ketchum Guide Service. He's one of
Yep.
our vendors in there.
Hmm.
He's always what do you say? Great. Yep, he came last year, and I'm sure he's gonna be back this year.
Yeah. Yeah. I see a lot of questions in the chat, and y'all, I'm gonna hold off until we kind of get through everything because we might organically answer your question. But I promise you that at the end of the show, we're gonna do just a whole question. So get them written down, get them racked up. And we'll answer them all. So yeah, last year, uh, a lot of people may not realize, but my first catfish conference was the Kansas City Catfish Conference.
Mhm.
I guess you can say the virtual one was my first one, but although that was great for what it was, it doesn't count in my mind.
Right.
so, so I got to go out there, and it was just an eye opening experience. I think the thing that I remembered the most about my first experience was just shaking hands with the owners of these businesses. Um, some of them I'd only seen on like Facebook or on their websites, and
Mhm.
just getting to meet them, like I already met you, but like Alex, for instance, from Rippin'
Ripping
Lips,
lips. Yeah.
just an awesome guy. I just never met him in person, and you get to realize that these guys and ladies that own these companies are hard working individuals,
Oh
and
yeah.
they put blood, sweat, and tears. I mean, Chris from Catfish drove all the way from Virginia, hauling that big giant trailer just to come out and meet people, and
Yep.
to break even, maybe make a little bit of money. But I talked to him the other night. He said it's not really about making a ton of money. Of course, you don't want to lose money,
Right.
but it's about making connections and having that
Connect.
experience.
Brand awareness. Yeah.
Right. It's,
That's what the catfish. I mean, I don't go there to sell, even though the people who come there kind of expect you to have things for sale. I mean, the first year I went, I didn't have nothing for sale. I had displays, and people literally got mad because they couldn't buy nothing. So
mm,
it's a great crowd, and like I say, you can come there and find anything you want,
right.
and a great bunch of people. The vendors are awesome. They'll help you any way they can.
Mm.
So,
Yeah, and then I actually I wanted to buy some rods, but of course I flew out there,
uh-huh.
and I met some awesome people from Hamilton Bait and Tackle, and he said, you know what, if since you're buying that rod from here, if you want to, if you buy any other rods, we'll ship them for you for free. I mean, you just meet people like that.
Yeah.
And I bought one or two things from them, and then a couple others, and they shipped it for me, and I had it like 3 days after I got home. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But
Well, if you got anybody's on the fence about coming and you're close within 2 or 3, 4 hours of Kansas City, I mean, it's going to be worth your drive.
yeah,
Most
definitely.
definitely. Just to see people you've seen on the internet and maybe not met before in person, like you
Mhm.
said. A lot of YouTubers out there that kind of collaborate online but have never seen each other. That's always a good time too when everybody can get together. It's like a big family reunion, really, to be honest with you.
Mhm.
Everybody just hangs out and does videos and buys a lot of tackle and stuff.
Yeah, I mean it's a great time to stock up. Obviously,
Mhm.
um, and then I think like you started talking about it earlier, but the best thing about Kansas City, now that I've been to both locations, the best thing about Kansas City is, like you said, you don't have to drive anywhere if you don't want to. You
No,
you park your vehicle. Well, we didn't have a vehicle. We flew in, took a cab to the hotel, and
uh-huh.
we could walk from the hotel to the conference center back and forth. And we either ordered food or we walked to the restaurants. And I remember, and Steve, I know you do because you got pictures, but we had like a whole conga line of people, mostly YouTubers and vendors. But we had a whole conga line going to dinner together, and you could take a picture, and there's a whole line of people behind us, and we pretty much took up half that burger joint that night, didn't we?
Yeah, yeah, I thought it was crazy. I didn't think anybody was. I mean, me and Hervé and Lisa went to eat, and next thing I know, we keep gathering people, and I look behind me, and there must be 25, 30 people that have all just kind of fell in line and
Mhm.
followed us to the restaurant, which is awesome. We had a blast. That's
Yeah.
where I was introduced to wine at from Hervé. So that's not good stuff. I mean,
Well,
it was
you
good.
seem you seem to enjoy it at the time.
Yeah. Until I come home and said, hey, it's a good idea. I'm gonna get me some more wine, and then I got headaches, and then I said, nah, that's not
Uh,
me. I
Chris
can't.
Flores said that he had a great time in Kansas City, or so he's told.
Yeah, yeah. You remember that? Don't
uh, the fishing chick, So last year we did a catfish imposter challenge, Chris's idea, where fans made up videos about their favorite YouTube catfisher people. And Lisa did a great one about Steve Douglas. She played Steve, and she had Chris as a blow up doll. Anyway, long story short, she brought the doll there. Uh, I think Steve blew it up, and we just carted it around the whole time. And Chris had a great time. You know,
Yeah.
he might have been beat up a little bit or fondled a little bit, but he, he had a great time.
He had a great time regardless.
All right. So let's talk about 2022. Same place?
Same place, Bartle Hall. It's the same place, but you're going to go into it a little differently this time. When instead of going in on the left hand side of the street, you're going to go in on the right hand side of the street. But ultimately, it's going to go to the same place, which is up above. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and we're about 100,000 square foot this year.
Wow.
We've
Sorry, I
got a lot
spilled
of
me a little bit of coffee.
yeah, we've got a lot of
100,000.
new vendors
Mm-hmm.
coming in, and some of our other vendors that are normally come can't come because there's a lot of people do vacations that time of year. Believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Hamilton Bait and Tackle, they contacted me and said they can't because they have a some kind of family thing that they've got to attend to.
Yeah, and
So
that comes first.
yeah,
Gotta do that.
yeah. Some
Um,
people get married. I don't know. It's just something they do.
well, I mean, October's a beautiful month. I mean, I
Yeah.
got a birthday in October, and especially in South Carolina, it's not hot anymore, but it's not cold either. It's just that perfect fall mix, and that's when the big catfish start biting, and it's time to go camping.
I got a
Uh,
little of that fall recollection today. I mean, it's just in the weather. It kind of reminds you the cooler August days. It kind of like fall's coming. It's here. So
I heard y'all were getting a cold front coming through, so
yeah, it's a little. Well, it's 70 something, 78. It's
I
not
mean,
that cold, but it's better
as
than
opposed
92.
to 100-degree weather.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So it's going to be on October 7th and 8th, the first weekend in October, which is,
Mhm.
different. It's a whole month earlier, pretty much.
Right.
And it's going to be at Bartle Hall. Again, that's right across the street from the Crown Plaza, and that's the main hotel.
Yeah, it's
That
about a half a block. It takes you
Yeah,
3 minutes to walk there.
yeah. I mean, basically, you can, other than the walk outside, you can wear short sleeves and shorts because you're going to be inside most of the time, and just a quick hike across there. Um, but yeah, we stayed in the Crown Plaza. That's where most of the staff stays, most of the vendors stay, and it's a great hotel. Um, do you know if there is? I know you were trying to check with Hervé. Did you ever get a response back on any kind of
I,
discount
I,
code or
I
anything?
feel like we've got some kind of discount over there. Just tell me with the Catfish Conference, and um, you know, I'm not. I don't want to quote what it is, but I think it's a better deal than what you just would get on your own.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um,
So if
I
you're
swear-
interested, yeah, if you're interested in going ahead and booking, if you know you're coming and you don't want to do all that driving and parking and all that stuff, then check out the link in the description. It'll link you to the CatCon website right where the 2022 conference is, and you
Mhm.
can check out the hotels, the addresses, the tickets, all that stuff. So check that out because that Crown Plaza is going to go quick.
Yeah, and if you're not too far away, I mean, you got the Kansas River right there. You got the Missouri River right there. You bring your boats, you can fish. Now, I wouldn't recommend bringing your boat downtown to the conference, but
No, it's tight.
it's tight, yeah. But there's lots of opportunities there to do some fishing while
Mhm.
it's still in the fall.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of guys down there that probably love to show you what's going on in the Kansas City area as well.
It's a lot different. Like I think the main difference in the vendor or in the sites is that the Bartle Hall. You go into this big convention center. Now, is it still on the second floor
Yeah,
like it was?
still
That
on the
was pretty
second floor.
neat. You took an
We're, we're,
escalator up.
Yeah, you remember how we went in and you walked down the hall and then got on the escalator?
Yep.
Before you walk in the door, let's cross the street and
Hmm.
walk in the other doors over there. So
Oh.
a road goes in between where we really should
Oh, I got you.
yeah. So but yeah,
Yeah.
we'll have signs all directing you to it.
But I
And
thought it was cool. You go up the escalator and you're on the second floor and you see these big trucks and trailers driving and you're like, "Whoa, can this place support this?" But it's a giant hall.
yeah. I went down the escalators as I was going to let people in last year,
Hmm.
and I kind of felt weird because I was coming down the escalators and everybody, man, there was a whole crowd of people watching me. The only thing I could think of is says, "I'm not going to run for president, guys." I got a good laugh out of that, but that was pretty cool. The escalator ride, uh, and then
Hmm.
seeing all those people just waiting to get in.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's what I think another main difference between the two halls is this one is huge.
Yeah,
Like I mean, you have so much space. And I remember people seeing the live stream last year and they were commenting, they're like, there's hardly nobody there. But there was. It's such a spread out place that it doesn't look like there's tons of people there, as
right.
opposed to CatCon in Kentucky, where it's a lot smaller and people look packed going in there. Now that was a big show too, don't get me wrong. But at that CatCon Kansas City, you got a lot of room. The bathrooms are awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, very upscale looking place.
Well, we were fortunate to get that. A lot of people don't understand. They think, well, why don't you, if like Kentucky ain't helping you guys, why don't you just move it? Well, when you give up a venue or a space like that and leave, you just don't come back and get that because there's somebody else standing in line waiting to get
Right.
that time slot, like the Wednesday night time slot.
Hmm.
Somebody's waiting on that, and when you lose it, we can't get back. So that's one of the reasons why we kind of try to stay in the same places all the time.
Hmm. Yeah, and this one, I mean, I think for the visitor, the fan, it's
Hmm.
a lot better venue for families because you have those big restrooms. You got a lot more room to spread out.
Right.
Um, you can walk as opposed to getting the whole family in the car and dragging them somewhere. There's restaurants all around. There's a lot of
Mhm.
things to do with your family as well. So,
Oh yeah,
as opposed to Kentucky, which again, we're not down in Kentucky. It's the OG. That's where everybody wants to go, but there's not a lot within walking distance. You
yeah.
know.
That and the facility. Like I say, we're trying to squeeze into a better facility within the Kentucky. If you
Mm.
probably don't remember, but our first one was in the Crown Plaza in
I
Kentucky.
saw the videos.
It got
Mhm.
big, so we had to move over to the pavilion. That's where they have the pig shows and horse shows and
Yep.
stuff.
Mhm.
And then we moved over to the D Hall, I think it is, where they have the tractor pulls and stuff. So it's still a farm type related place, as
Mhm.
where Kansas City is more of a basketball type um,
Yeah.
clean.
They actually had some kind of NFL thing there when we were there.
Yeah.
Like I think the Cowboys were in town or something, and there was
Mhm.
people everywhere.
Right. Oh yeah, when we walked down up and down,
Yeah, there's
and
people everywhere.
then we seen them fights. Remember, the ball teams were the different colors were.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's crazy. I mean,
yeah,
it's a lot of entertainment. Let's put it that way. I
yeah.
know. I think Anna and some other ladies went axe throwing, or they tried to go axe
Oh
throwing or
yeah.
something. But
Well, it'll be a lot better because it's going to be warmer and you'll be able to walk around a little bit
yeah.
more. But yeah, they had some crazy good.
Mm.
First time I ever ate at a sushi place. I mean, Hervey and all you guys really turned the old country boy into some city stuff with all that. Uh, I'm
Ernie,
looking
the,
forward to it again.
Ernie the Hog Snatcher gave us $4.99 super chat. He said, "Let's go roller coaster rides." Thank you, Mister Ernie. Appreciate you. Ernie is blowing up on TikTok. He's fishing from the bank and off the Potomac River and got tons and tons, hundreds of thousands of followers on TikTok. Does a great job over there. So thank you, Ernie. Appreciate you visiting. Um, So let's talk about. I know that you're still in the process of getting vendors. You're still trying to
Mhm.
get speakers and everything. You do have one awesome speaker already ready to go, and that's Mr. Todd Ellenbecker. And
Ted,
Ted, sorry, Ted. It's right there in green.
yeah.
But we've seen him on Catfish Weekly a few times, and he's coming to talk about what, Steve? What do you think?
He's wrote some books on like structure and cover, which is probably pretty needed because I do see. I'm not picking on people, but I do see a lot of folks talk about fishing around structure when they're really fishing around cover. But Ted kind of gets into this structure versus cover and how it relates to other things to guarantee you to be able to catch fish. He's been around a long time. He was part of some of the early 2000 type movements in the catfishing industry with Phil King and some of the well-known writers back in the day. I can't think of. I'm in the Hall of Fame with one of them, and I'm losing it right now. I can't.
You're on the spot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, he's really knowledgeable and he's old school. So he's going to be able to teach some folks, the old ways, I guess you want to say. Now
Yeah.
they got all these electronics and stuff, but Ted is going to kick it into high gear with you.
Well, even with the electronics, like I love it when Lyle has them on Catfish Weekly because I just sit there and I really don't even chat when Ted's on there. I just sit there and
Mhm.
listen because
Yeah,
he just goes. He just goes and you're
yeah.
like, man, I'm trying to remember all this. And but I think now I'm getting into using my side imaging and everything, which I never had before this year.
Mhm.
And you can't always in cover, especially see where there if there's fish there or not.
Right.
So trying to identify that cover or structure and what it could possibly be holding and why it's holding what it is definitely something that I want to get better at, and I'm sure other people want to get better at it too.
Well, I have noticed with my it's not the side image, it's the down imaging, but it's the Garmin that I have, the
Okay.
live scope.
Live scope.
Yeah, I caught a 70 pounder and let that fish go. And then this is what surprised me. And it wasn't in cover, it was on some structure, it was hard structure. But I just wonder how many fish that people do not see because of this. But a 70-pound fish, the live scope, you can see that fish doing everything. And he swam straight down and then he just disappeared into the bottom. There was no sitting down and him hovering right there. I mean, he literally, I mean, this is a big fish, disappears. So I don't think that those um, depth finders and such really hold the bottom perfectly straight.
You just kept a bunch of people from spending about 6 grand, Steve. Garmin's gonna be on your tail.
Uh, well, I mean, it's good for crappie, and but like I say,
Mhm.
that big fish shouldn't have got lost in the bottom. You should see a little hump or something. I would imagine, but that
Well, there you just proved my point. I mean, I could be looking at some cover or structure over there. There might be the world record sitting there, and you don't know.
that's why I always fish the cover or structure, and I look for fish on my mapping more than I do look for fish. If that makes sense, I'm gonna fish that ledge on the mapping
Mhm.
before I fish. But I know other people that won't sit nowhere unless
Yep.
they see a fish on screen.
Yeah, I have a buddy. He may or may not be listening, but his name is Dave, and he fishes up here on Santee Cooper, primarily Lake Moultrie. And the few times I've been with him, unless he sees them, he's not stopping.
Yeah. Well, I think you're missing a lot of fish because I've caught a lot of fish and never seen them. But
Well,
I mean,
I-
that's why we have the seminars at the Catfish Conference, though, is
yeah,
to kind of help people decipher what they're seeing. And so Ted's going to be a great one. We've got some other ones that on the fence that I've got to lock in. Some of them want to do it, but don't want to do it by themselves. I'm kind
mm,
of the same way. I could get up there and talk with someone. But for me to get up there and lead the conversation, that's why I never do a seminar because I'm
mm.
I'm like a deer in the headlights when I'm in front of a crowd.
Well, why don't you do one and I'll just ask you questions the whole time?
Well, I could possibly do that. As
Let's
long
let's
as,
talk about it. I'll
yeah,
gather questions for the next 2 months.
there you go. There you go. I
Yeah.
could never do that, but yeah, as far as to hold somebody's attention, I suck at that.
I think there's a lot of people like that, like yourself, that are, well, not a lot, but there's people that are full of knowledge. Like you've been fishing and been successful for
Mhm.
years and years, but you don't really know how to start it off or keep it going. But if somebody probes you with a question, you're like, shit, boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom. Yeah.
Well, one of my other really good seminar speakers was Jason Bridges years ago, and that's what he had to do. He said, I'll do it, but somebody's gonna ask me questions, and he's one of our best ones. Once they get into it, it's fun for them.
Well, now, I mean, really, now that you say that, if I'm going to one of those seminars, I probably have specific questions that I'm going to want to be answered anyway.
Right.
So, anyway, that's something to think about. So you got a bunch of vendors already. I know that you're again still trying to get vendors out. If somebody wants to be a vendor, how do they do that? Like, if
They
there's
can just
somebody listening.
they can contact me. My cell phone's 502-510-0275, and we'll get them lined out. As long as you're in a catfishing business, I'm not going to let gutter helmet or Ginsu sharpened knives or sham wow or anything like that in our. You know, we serious catfishermen. So, but we have a lot of good folks. Coming from far away. I mean, even Catfish Sumo is going to be coming this year, and he's from
Oh, good.
Tennessee. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't. I'm not sure if he's going to bring his sidekick there or not, which is Kayak Catfish.
Mm-hmm.
I believe they're in together.
Yep.
But I do know we got the Jules Catfish bait. That's another one coming.
Here you go. I got that list right here.
Okay.
Tangling with the catfish. There's a rod vendor.
Yeah.
Catch the fever, tackle bandit, warrior cat rods, catfish.
Now, I think the Warrior Cat rods did cancel. There's two
Okay.
people out here that's already canceled. That's
Yeah, you said
Southpaw.
Southpaw and okay. Muddy River catfishing is going to be there from New Mexico,
New Mexico.
Nuevo Mexico. He taught me how to say it when I was down there. um, Catfish Sumo, Dark Water Premium Baits, which has been on the rise here recently.
Yeah.
Miracle Marine, Monster Cat Boats, Bluff City Tackle, uh, Monster Rod Holders, of course, Mondo Cat, Ketchum Guide Service, Hook and Drag Apparel, Big Vic's Bait Netting, Catfish
Yeah.
Pro, and Bottle Bobbers.
Catfish Pro. Let me tell you about Catfish Pro. These guys are great, but they're a growing brand, um, and they kind of got some stuff in Walmart this year, and they're doing very well. But they purchased this fish fighting machine that they will be having uh,
Ooh,
at the conference this year too. So you'll be able to get in there and try your
nice.
hand at a Wells catfish or a large grouper, whatever he's got it set at. Now, Catch the Fever used to have one, and I'm sure
Yeah.
they used that thing where they just burned it up. And these things are hard to come by too, because I tried to find one before Catch the Fever did once actually, and they're not built here in America, or the one when I was looking for them, they weren't.
Mhm.
And they run about 3 grand, which I didn't have a problem with the 3 grand. I just needed somebody to sell me one.
Right.
But the Catfish Pro is going to have
That's cool.
I guess they're going to call it the simulator. That's going to be
Well, we just got 100 more people to come to the catfish conference because they just want to fight that machine. I
yeah.
remember I was teaching at another high school, and the DNR came out. Um, we had we used to have a outdoor education class, first of its kind. The teacher made up the curriculum, and it was approved by the state. It was awesome. Taught kids how to fish, hunt, um, properly. Shoot bows
Right.
and arrows. I mean, clean and dress animals, and I mean, just fantastic class. And the
Mhm.
DNR came out, and they had a trailer, and they had one of those in the back of the trailer, but you could sit down in a fighting chair and fight a blue marlin, and they had the screen up there.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, it was amazing. I didn't get to do it because I was the teacher, and there's a whole line of kids, but I was itching in the background.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we'll sneak in there before it opens up and let you.
Yeah, we need to get it on Thursday night.
But
But yeah,
that's gonna be fun, and it's fun to see these businesses growing over the years too. Um, they first visited us, I think, 3 or 4 years ago in Kentucky. Was their first catfish conference show, and here they are now. And in Walmart, you can get their products in
I
Walmart,
saw
and
that.
they're pretty proud of that.
Even
I,
the rods. I've seen the rods in my Walmart.
yeah. Mhm.
Mhm.
Well, I took that little fella that works for me fishing with me one time, and he had just happened to buy one of those rods during our first virtual catfish conference,
Mhm.
and he caught a big old flathead on it, and they was all tickled about that. So,
Mhm.
and like I say, it's a good cheap rod, and it works. But
Yep.
I think that's really what America needs is reasonable tackle,
Yeah, it's like I,
reasonable price
I
tackle.
equate it, and it's I had one. I ended up getting rid of it because of whatever. I got different rods now, but it's kind of like I have a band background. I'm a musician, or a has been musician, and I used to teach band, and
Right,
so kids would get when they start off, they get beginner instruments. They're tough as nails. It's hard to destroy them, but they
right,
work. They serve a purpose. They don't always sound the best, but they work. And
right.
I equate that to kind of like catfishing. Your tiger rod, or your Walmart special combo. It's gonna do the job. It's gonna be tough as nails. It'll last you for a little while, and it's inexpensive.
Yeah,
But as you get better, you want step up equipment. And so just like you want a step up instrument, and then that's when you go to like the Catfish Pro, the Ugly Stick, things like
yeah,
that. And then, once we get to use Steve Douglas level, you want the pro stuff. You want the professional gear, the nice reels, the tangled catfish rods that you have, So
right,
it's the same thing, you go from a Bundy clarinet to a Stradivarius, trumpet, for
right.
band. It's kind of like the same thing.
Well, like I say, there's nothing wrong with the Walmart stuff. I've used it.
Nothing
I
at
still
all.
use a lot of stuff from Walmart. So that I think it's great that a company like that can grow, and we're helping them grow.
Yep. Yep, and they provide excellent equipment at affordable prices, and
Right.
and some dough bait and fiber nuggets.
Yeah, yeah. They got that stuff that don't come off the hook. Now I
Yeah.
haven't seen if it catches fish or not. I've never used that stuff, but I'm sure it catches fish, so they wouldn't have it on the market.
Yep. Yeah, I saw them in Kentucky. They had it on the hook, and they kept slamming it back
Yeah,
and forth, and it wouldn't come off.
yeah, it ain't gonna
It
come off your
was
hook.
comical to watch, but I mean, they're right. It worked.
Yeah, yeah. That's their selling spiel. But yeah, they've come a long way. They had from bait to
Mhm.
everything now. So
They got a good looking booth too. They bring out carpet and walls and
yeah,
neon signs. They just do everything top notch.
yeah. Well, that's I've noticed a lot of the vendors are starting to do that now. Make a nice looking booth. Ripping Lips had an awesome booth too.
Oh yeah, yeah. That they had them them and Muddy River for Chris. They had their handmade rod racks.
Hmm.
Those are pretty cool.
Yeah.
I wonder if Chris Flores is going to bring another pontoon boat to give away. We shall see.
I don't know. Did somebody give him that boat or something?
No, 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 no. He bought it especially for the conference. Everybody needs to
Oh,
come
did
to
he?
Kansas City to win a pontoon. I'm just kidding. Yeah, somebody gave that to him, I think.
Oh, okay.
But let's talk about you got a new vendor coming out. I saw on Facebook. It's this vendor right
Northwest
here.
Outfitter Marine. Yep.
Yeah.
They are the Lund dealership in the Kansas City area there.
And so
And
I see some kayaks in the background. Are we
yeah,
expected to see some kayaks?
I think we're going to see some kayaks from them as well.
Awesome.
I've talked to them, and they're kind of also in cahoots with John Jameson. And for you guys that don't know who John Jameson is, he's my mentor, if you could say.
Oh
I've
wow.
always looked up to John. He was out. Him and Phil King were kind of the guys on the scene when I came on the scene in the early 2000s. And but John owns part of the Darkwater Premium Baits, and he's also
Mm.
a Lund pro staffer. So yeah, that's going to be a good little. Those Lunds make good, nice boats for
I've
catfish.
seen a few of them down here. Now, every guy I've asked, he's like, "Yeah, we didn't get it down here. We got it such and such, somewhere else." But they got the good high walls on it, like a Ranger.
Yeah. So we're excited for them this year as well.
Let's see. Nebraska asked if Epic Catfish is going to be there.
I
I
hope
don't.
so. Epic was fun last year, wasn't he?
Yeah, Epic does a great job at everything. Not sure what his plans are. Hate to bring up the news, but he lost his son about a month ago.
Oh, I did not even know that.
Yeah, he lost his oldest son, and he's recovering now, trying to anyway.
Right.
But yeah, Matt
Bless
Catter
his
said,
heart. I did not know that.
yeah, John Jameson is an amazing individual. Yeah.
Yeah, John's cool.
Maurice said he remembers John Jameson too.
Yeah.
But yeah, we I we haven't talked to Tim about that yet, but maybe he'll need a trip, get a
Yeah.
trip out there.
Well,
But
I mean, I may have him speaking again out there. I haven't talked to him about it, but I did notice the other day when I went on somebody else's live and he was in the boat. He was kind of quiet, and I didn't know why. So, but I
yeah,
do know now why he was kind of quiet.
yeah, he's been doing. He got back into it right at the beginning of August, and he promised he's going to do live every weekend for the month of August from the Mississippi River. And his youngest son went with him on the first trip. Mike and I talked about this in our podcast, and they caught tons of giant fish, 50 pounders, 60 pounders, 70 pounders,
Mm.
and they believed, his son pulled up 100 pounder that night, and it was a big blessing to the whole crew and
Oh yeah,
everybody watching. Yeah, it was amazing. It was
that's
amazing.
cool.
Yeah, but yeah, we also have the Fisherman Swap Shop.
Yeah,
So Fisherman
that
Swap Shop, and as our friend Mike Murillo, who's in the chat, uh, where is he at? Well, he was up there. There he is, right there. Oh, there he said that bait works. By the way, his niece caught a really nice channel cat on it. Talking about the Catfish Pro bait.
oh, okay.
But Mike Murillo will be running the Fisherman Swap Shop. So that's an awesome. It really didn't take off in Kansas City because it was brand new and a brand new show. We had a few things brought in, but
Right.
boy, in Louisville, a lot of people brought some stuff in, and I even brought some stuff in and sold it. Sold a couple reels, but
Hmm.
yeah, if you want to bring some gently used or new fishing gear that you just
Right.
don't want anymore, you can pay $5 at the gate, and they'll give you an armband or a tag or something, and
Hmm.
you can bring up to 5 items per day, and you can go to the swap shop table and put your price on them, and
Yeah.
Mike will help you sell them. I
Yeah,
think
but
one,
that actually turned into something different too. I don't know what
yeah,
happened, but some people just started bringing stuff in not to sell, but to give to children, and which I
yeah,
thought that was cool too. Lonnie and Donnie Fountain brought a bunch of rods at Kentucky and
yeah,
gave like 10 or 12 of them away or something to
mhm,
the youngsters, which is kind of neat.
yep,
It was
yep.
nice to see
There a
that.
bunch of people brought rods in there. I remember in Kansas City, Jason Ward brought some rods in and gave them away.
Yeah.
I think Mike Murillo might have given away some stuff to kids. But
Mhm.
yeah, Donnie Fountain gave some anvil rods away.
Yeah.
And, it was a really great moment. I hate that I missed it live, but I lived it vicariously through Mike Murillo. He told me all about it and showed me pictures and stuff. And that was an awesome moment.
Yeah.
And, just to see those kids go, like, you're really giving me this rod? Like, I can take it and walk away? Yeah,
Right.
yours.
Yeah.
And you dad or mom become a hero in that moment
Oh
because
yeah.
Yeah, I took you here and I paid for the ticket, and look, you got a free rod. Isn't
You got a
that
free
awesome?
ride. Let me put my reel on it for you.
Yeah. Let's go use that rod.
Yeah,
But yeah, it really took off a little bit more in Louisville, and I hope that Missouri will be better this year. I think some people kind of uh they you really need to bring those items and make it a deal. Like some people need to feel like, oh man, I can't get this deal anywhere else.
right,
You know, and I'm not going to give us the specific example I'm talking about, but let's say that I bring an Abu Garcia catfish special and I'm trying to sell it for 140 bucks or 130 bucks. Well, $10 more, I can go get a brand new one. That's not really a deal.
right,
But if you bring Abu Garcia and sell it for 80 bucks or 50 bucks, then people are going to get it and you're going to get rid of it real
right.
quick. So make sure that you get involved in that you make, give somebody a deal. You might be blessing somebody and not even know it, and you're
Yeah.
still making a little bit of money.
Well, I can remember I was griping about that the other day. I remember when eBay used to be like that. You get on eBay, you could find some used stuff worth some money. Now you get on eBay, it's all new stuff and it's all the same crap, and it's just nothing special about it.
Yeah, it's really commercialized now.
Yeah, yeah, it's just not cool anymore.
Mhm. Mhm.
But yeah, the swap shop is going to be interesting this year to see how different it is once people know what it's going to be, and you can make some money uh,
Mhm.
with your old stuff. But like I say, if you got a bunch of it, just come rent a booth
Now,
and just make
how
money.
much is a booth?
A booth is $400 for a 10 by 10, or $750 for a 10 by 20, which is our most common booth.
Mhm.
Uh, and then we
But you
got bigger booths for that as
Mhm.
well. We got up to 2 or 3 thousand. Like Tackle Band is going to take 2,000. Catch the feed.
Wow.
Most of the people this year, and it's crazy because I had to go. Another reason why it looks smaller, like there's not enough people there, is
Mhm.
because all these vendors are now taking 40 by 40 booths. So
Mhm.
most of these venues have 10 by 10 aisles through here, but when you got companies wanting to bring their trailer and leave their trailers in there and have you got to have a big space.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of Tackle Bandit, like I've they told me I had them on last show, and they said that they're kind of being the vendor for some of these companies that really can't afford to come out anymore. They don't do shows anymore or whatever. Tackle Bandit is carrying pretty much everybody's product now.
oh yeah,
So yeah, so if it if you want to come and you're maybe your favorite vendor isn't coming, and
hmm,
you're like, well, that's a deal breaker for me. Hang on a second, check out these big companies like Tackle Bandit and see what all they have on their online store, because chances are they're bringing the store to CatCon and they'll have it there and
yeah,
probably at a better price.
hmm,
Definitely no shipping. But
right,
there's Jeremy right there from Tackle Band. And he said, we need that much room. LOL.
yeah. Well, in the Kentucky show, I was amazed when I walked by there. They had a 40 by 40,
Hmm.
and this is no kidding. They had a line of people waiting to pay,
Yep.
probably 100 people deep. I never seen
All the
it.
way to the Sea Art boat. I
Yeah,
remember
it
it.
was, wasn't it? It was
Yeah.
crazy. But I mean, when you got good products and you got good people and a good community, that's what happens. I mean, it's Taco Bandit's got a good name in the industry.
Yeah.
Nah,
Jer-
the Mad Cats.
No, he
Oh,
said he will be. That's Jeremy from Tackle Bandit. He said we will be the Mad Cats dealer there too.
I got you. Yeah, Mad Cats guys said they wasn't going to come.
Um, so Jeremy Tackle Bandit. So Jeremy is the Tackle Bandit store manager. If you people watching don't know, he was on the show last week with Nate, who is the owner and the owner of Tackle Bandit.
Right.
Hey, Mike Irvin, how you doing? And Jeremy said it was amazing. So yeah, if you don't see the vendor you want to come, just hang on. One, Steve and Hervey aren't finished getting the vendors. Number one, and number two, these big tackle companies pretty much are going to have what you want. And if you're within driving distance, it's going to save you a ton of shipping.
So Jeremy works. Okay, I remember who Jeremy is now. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
yeah,
got the beard, kind of like me.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Miss Jeremy, tell me, how did we do as Catfish Conference to take care of your all stuff, to your needs? Was that met pretty good with you guys?
Yeah, he was mentioning earlier that it was a fantastic show and it was amazing, but I'm sure he'll type in again.
Okay.
Yeah, my wife just said the Kentucky Cat Con is Golden Whiskers. Yeah, so there's no Golden Whiskers at the Kansas City show. If that's what you were waiting on to come to Kansas City, I'm sorry. I'm just kidding.
No.
No, that's a 1 year. That's a once a year thing, and Kentucky is the premier show for CatCon. So that's the big mamma jamma, the head honcho. That's the big one. So that's where the Golden Whisters are going to be is in Kentucky. So you got to wait till February. If
Yeah.
that's what you're
Oh,
waiting.
that's going to be awesome. Your first year blew me away.
Yeah, it
I
was amazing.
I never heard so much hooting and hollering over winning a little award. I mean, but these
It's
usually,
a major award.
I know it. That's what I'm talking about. But in all honesty, I don't know how you really come about that whisker thing. It was just kind of like a fun thing, but I think it's
Uh,
actually turned into a thing that's legitimate. That people are gonna, hey man, I got to win this award this year.
mhm.
So
Yeah,
that's
there's
pretty
some
cool.
people that that post daily and they'll hashtag it and talk about it, and we've done got us a committee now, a nomination committee to make it
Oh
even
yeah.
more legitimate, so that
Well,
we're
when,
getting the
when are you gonna
best
have information on that?
uh so we already have the committee. We formed a committee. I was a founding father, I guess, of
Right.
the Golden Whiskers, and then I had two guys that kind of helped me create it. And so us three, we picked the next guy or the next person, and then all four of us picked the next person. All five of us picked the next person. So it was a collaborative effort. We tried to pull in um, uh, members of the committee from different kind of groups of people.
Right.
I don't want to use the word clique because that's a negative connotation, but different groups, like they make different kinds of content. The live stream folks, the do it yourselfers, the DIYs, the big cat people, the small cat people.
Right.
but uh but I think the group, we have a group of 10 people, and it's a very diverse group of men and women, and we meet every other month to just talk about videos that we've seen and just kind of say, hey,
Right.
look out for this video. I really like it. We don't make any decisions. We just say, hey, check out, Steve Douglas, this channel or this video. Um, for instance, I've been watching a channel called Hammer Down Catfishing with Joe Granada lately. He
Hmm.
he slays the flathead catfish on, I think it's the James River. I'm not sure, but
Ohio River. He's on my
Ohio
side.
River. That's
Yeah.
right. Ohio River. Sorry, James River, you don't get him. but but man, and a couple of the people that are in the group never heard of it. So just from that conversation, I've now introduced 9 other people possibly
Right.
to his channel, and they'll go watch it. But it's awesome. It's come from just me picking trying to get people to pick the nominations and trying to make it fair, and
Hmm.
then, yeah, last year was a step up from that, and then this year we had a full committee and a definite set date at Catfish Conference. It's awesome. It's come
Yeah.
along, and it's
That's
just the
cool.
third year we've ever done it.
Right.
We're also adding a Hall of Fame, a Golden Whiskers Hall of Fame next year.
Oh, really?
So yeah, so I mean it's all YouTube. It's all about YouTube, not any other platform. Um, so it's really going to promote those creators who put in the work on YouTube.
Well, I think it's great.
Let's see.
Love hosting it.
I think we probably got all the major information. So let's open it up to questions, guys. If you have any questions, I know we had some early. Um, so let me know if you got any questions. See, Jeremy from Tackle Bandit said we just need more people working our booth. There you go. If you need a job, call Jeremy. There's Ricky. Make sure to get local advertising out for the show. There you go. I guess he's talking to you and Hervey.
Yeah, we always do that before a little bit before the show.
Do you think you can get do you think you're gonna get what was the electronics people that came out? I forget in Kansas City. The
Oh,
Russell Marine.
Russell Marine, uh-huh.
Hopefully they'll come out again. There's Sean from Catfish Heroes. He fishes with Tim from Epic Catfish.
Yeah,
So maybe he can kind of nudge Tim to give us a call and say, "Hey, man, we need a trip. We've had a rough
yeah,
year. Let's take a trip." Um, let's see, Big Mike is most definitely a thing. Talking about the Golden Whiskers.
yeah.
Hey, Ruben. Anna said this next time I have to match Kevin's costume.
Oh, that was yeah,
Um,
your
my
green.
suit.
You look like Jim Carrey in the what was that guy? The Mask. Remember that suit he had on?
Oh yeah, the mask.
Yeah. You got is that the suit you're gonna wear every year, or are you gonna buy something different?
People just have to come and see.
Ah,
um, my funny story about that, I posted that as my profile picture on Facebook, and the kids at school found it, and they were passing it around, thinking they were making fun of me. And
right.
I'm like, no, I'm proud of that. So
Yeah.
I don't know what you're trying to do.
Share it some more.
Rob said, I'm planning on coming. We'll have someone with limited walking ability. Will they have electric wheelchairs or provisions for this?
I'm assuming. I mean, I did not pay attention to that, but I'm assuming there's a way for
I
that.
know
Maybe.
there's an elevator and an escalator,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure if the convention. I don't remember seeing wheelchairs, but I mean that's a question we can ask.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's got to be wheelchair accessible. It's like,
It is wheelchair accessible,
yeah,
definitely. But I think he was asking if they provided electric wheelchairs. I don't think maybe not electric wheelchairs, but
yeah.
let's see. Comments about Catfish Conference. Ruben says, "I love watching Joe Granada." Bobcat Outdoors said, "I mowed the yard." He's back. Hammer Down's a great channel. Yep. Let's see. Up, we got hashtags going up for Golden Whiskers Awards. Michael Thompson said, "Looking forward to being there." We'll see you there, Michael. Are you going to do another creators booth at Catfish Conference, Kansas City?
Yeah, we've always got a YouTube booth. We've always had that.
So yeah, if you got, hey Miss Lisa, got her.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so if you got a YouTube channel, even if it's you just starting out and you want to come on out and hang out. It's such a good time. I mean, where else can you talk if you're a YouTuber, catfishing YouTuber? Where else can you go and talk about catfishing and YouTube and fishing gear all day long, and people around you don't get tired of it?
yeah.
Nowhere, not here. I'll tell you
No.
that they get tired of me all the time. Would you stop talking about YouTube? Okay, fine. Will there be vendors at Kansas City that don't go to Louisville?
There's a few, yes, and there's a few coming that is going to come to Louisville next year as well. But let me see. Yeah, I've got a couple more vendors on the hook. That one that has the lund boats and the kayaks is going to be one of them. We've got a new battery place that's going to be selling that. They're most likely coming.
Ooh, batteries. That's a good one.
The lithium batteries. He's going to
Yeah.
have some of those. And by the way, if anybody's not used lithium batteries, I know they're expensive, but man, they are so worth it. I mean, you can run your boat for 3 days and not have to worry about nothing. But yeah, we've got some different vendors coming, and I'm gonna try to have some local vendors there as well, just local people.
That's good. That's good. Big Mike said, any chance of CatCon going a little farther south?
Probably not. We're going to go east if we go anywhere.
CatCon at the beach.
Get kind of east.
That started at CatCon Kansas City, by the way.
Yeah.
Let's see. Bobcat said he'll take a shift at the Tackle Bandit booth. Let's see. Seth McElmore said Russell Marine got $3,000 out of him last year. Woo! Takedown Rod Holders LLC said Q Country 927 would be a really good one for our area. They cover several hours around Kansas City, talking about promoting it.
Mm.
Murillo said we will walk the streets again.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably walk a lot of them streets because it's warm and I
Yeah.
can get around a lot better.
Steve, have any buy two get two free on rod holders? I'll be ordering four soon. I doubt that.
But I do have some stuff that I get back from Amazon. Amazon's the worst to sell with because people buy stuff and then they just send it back for no reason. I don't know why. But I don't ever put them back in the the new teal. I have to put them in a separate thing. There's nothing wrong with them, but I do have deals like that. So call Evan 270-215-2070 and we might have it might be mixed match colors, but we got some stuff for you.
There you go, Ricky. See,
Want me to get two free.
you never know till you ask.
Yeah. But I can get you close to that.
Brian B, we asked this question earlier. There's not a code as of yet, but there may be a rate if you call the Crown Plaza and tell them that you're with Catfish Conference. He said he believes there is a discounted rate or a special rate for CatCon, so check that out. There was talk of show East Coast. Any update?
No,
Not yet.
it's years down the road.
Steve Douglas, do you still do the buy a rod entry fee to fish on the boat with you?
No, that was a couple years ago. But I may do another one now that I'm slim and trim and feel like fishing again. So
You just rhymed. You're poet and you didn't even know it.
yeah.
Hey, Timothy Langley said he can't wait to get Flathead Luke out there. Awesome. I met Flathead Luke at the Santee Cooper Big Cat Brawl. He was actually in one of my videos pulling up a big blue cat out of the tank. It's going to be awesome. Brian Adams saying hello. Let's see if any more questions out here. Facebook user. What's up, Facebook user? All right, I'm going to scroll down to the bottom and go up. Steve, you bringing your boat or am I bringing mine?
I'm not bringing mine. No, I got to drag a 24-foot trailer full of rod holders.
Yeah. Yeah, we met a lot of great people. Let's see. I'm trying to see.
I seen where somebody wants John Jameson to do a seminar, and I've asked John.
Ooh, that'd be great.
John, I don't think John's feeling it anymore as far as seminars. He's kind of over it, I think.
Yeah.
But it's open if he would like to.
All right. I don't see any more questions. So just to kind of summarize, will there be lives from CatCon? I'm actually working on now. There will be live vendor spots for sure. I think Steve put together like a live package for the vendors, and that's kind of one of my jobs is to go around and make sure they get that airtime. We do want to live stream the seminars, but we need somebody a little bit of help with that. And I'm trying to find volunteers. So if you're a YouTuber or anybody that really, I'd rather a YouTuber because you have experience filming, and you're interested in doing that for me, just message me and I'll tell you all what's involved. And I'll tell you what, we'll get you in contact with Steve and figure out how we can get you out there. But yeah, we definitely love that. I know the people that couldn't come love to see those seminars. And it kind of, helped out the cause a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to sweet talk the boss. Steve, the guy over the door behind you is sleeping on the job. He hasn't moved the whole show. Captain Jack.
Oh,
All right, cool. Well, just to recap, guys, we just finished talking. I got 90 people into at the end of the show. Catfish Conference, Kansas City, Missouri, is going to be on October 7th and 8th this year, in a month and a half, so not long. So make sure you make your travel arrangements. The Crown Plaza Hotel is where the majority of the people that will be participating, like vendors and speakers and stuff, will be staying. If you want to get a room there, then you need to act fast. Steve said you can probably call them and say you're with Catfish Conference, and they should have a better rate.
there is
Um,
a better rate. I'm not sure what it is, but I think I think it's like 119. Don't hold me to it. And I
they'll probably
normally,
do the same thing they did last year, I'm sure.
yeah, it's that. I see the Kansas City Fish page
Yep,
that said hello everyone. Hopefully they can spread the word about us in the Kansas City area.
awesome. And then the show hours are Friday, October 8th, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern time, and then Saturday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern time.
Hmm.
Of course, if you're a YouTuber, you can definitely get your stuff set up. You just got to communicate with us, and I'll tell you to communicate with me. That way, take one thing off Steve's hands. Communicate with me. I'll let you know what you need to do, and what you can bring and all that to get set up. It's at the Kansas City Convention Center, Bartle Hall, and there's the address right there. And if you can't remember all this, or you don't have anything to write it down, the link to the CatCon website is in the description. So all I got to do is click on that. It'll take you right to the Kansas City Catfish Conference information. And that'll link you to hotels and all that stuff.
Yeah,
And
and if
then,
any of the YouTubers out there want to do a video for me, a little advertising video to get more people out there, as long as I see the video, I'll get them in free. Won't cost them a thing to get in, and I'll let them come in and set up their merchandise at the Catfish Conference booth and sell all the stuff they want to sell.
awesome,
Just
awesome.
for a little 20, 30 second, come visit us at the Kansas City show kind of video.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Make sure you get the dates right and the times right. Tickets are $10. Um, $10 at the door, and I'm not sure what parking is, but if you can, like I said, if you're staying in a hotel, you want to keep that car parked. But if you're driving in from out of town, I'm sure you can find all that stuff on that website as
Yeah.
well. And there's Hooks and Hammocks putting out the Monster Rod Holders number, so you can give them a call. And you can probably also get a hold of Steve that way too eventually. Um, hey, Kelly Bullock, how you doing? But that's about it. Steve, I thank you for being on the show, and thank you for kind of giving us a little insight to what we can expect. You got anything else you want to talk about before we go?
Well, I just appreciate everybody supporting us over the years, and I hope they continue to support us in our new ventures in the Kansas City area. And I just look forward to seeing everybody there. And let's come out and have some fun. I mean, Kansas City is a fun place. Got some good food. Don't forget about the barbecue.
Mm.
Oh, they got
Mm-hmm.
some barbecue. There's a couple of them, but Slaps comes to mind. Slaps barbecue comes to mind.
Ooh.
Good. And I
Okay.
know there's another well brand, but I don't hold me to it. I don't know which one it is, but and I feel bad because I've ate at both of them.
Mm. Yeah, we actually took a car to go eat barbecue last time, but Slap sounds like a good place to go.
Yep, Slaps Barbecue. It's
Mm.
kind of it's one of the older barbecue joints down there, and it's well worth it. When you
Slap.
go there, you got to stand in line too. That's the thing. I mean, you'll be a block around the other side, stand in line to get to this barbecue. That's how good it is.
Oh man, I can't wait. Yeah, I
Yeah.
just can't wait, guys. And if you take anything away from this, if you're still on the fence, obviously, if you're 8 9 hours away, maybe it's not a good idea. I don't know. I mean, I drove to Kentucky, and we're 10 hours away from that. Um, but uh, but yeah, if you're on the fence about it, listen, it's not. it is about the deals too. It's about the tackle and the rods and the reels and the boats and all that. But really, especially Kansas City, man, it's about just getting to know people and meeting people and talking about fishing, doing what you love. And I didn't meet anybody at either catfish conference that I wasn't happy to meet at the end of
Well,
the
just
day.
like your background picture, that's just a few of the YouTubers that was
Yeah,
there.
yeah. I wish
And
I could. I think I can do. No, I can't. Yeah, I can put it up on here. Hang on one second. Yeah, this picture is actually from uh, the Kentucky show, and there's a ton of YouTubers there, and that wasn't even all of them.
no,
There were two pictures taken. There's about another half of that group that could have added to that, but they had already left.
yeah,
But
I wasn't even in there. I missed the picture myself.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's awesome. I mean, people came from all over, and it's just fun, guys.
Yeah.
It's just fun, and especially if you're within a couple hours, 3 4 hours.
Hmm.
I think it's worth the drive. It's worth the gas money. Gas is coming down a little bit now, but come on down and visit us, and maybe go out to dinner with everybody. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Yep. I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. Well, that being said, I'm gonna pray us out, and we'll get out of here. Lord Heavenly Father, I just want to thank you for this awesome show we had today. I thank you for Steve and Hervey and Steve's whole team, Lord, that put this event on to get people together and promote the sport of catfishing and much more, promote camaraderie in the community, Lord. We just thank you for that. Lord, I want to lift up our friends from 3+1 Outdoors, especially our friend Cody. Lord, he got in an accident, and I just pray that you would heal his bumps and bruises. And I thank you for protecting him as much as you did, Lord. And for Larry and Amy, Lord, I just pray that they'd be able to replace everything, Lord. And I know you've already sent generous people to him. I just thank you. Lord, until we meet next time, I just pray that you keep everybody safe. And we give you all the praise, honor, and glory for all things you do. It's in your name we pray. Amen. All right, y'all. Until next time, happy fishing.